I'm going to divide bridging up into two categories, and that is the through the knockout bridging, which is done with U-channel often and spacer bar. Those are the two most common products to use. And then the surface bridging, which is flat strapping on both faces of the wall with bridging at 8 feet on center between that. So for the U-channel and the spacer bar, you're going to be wanting to install that as you're installing the studs. And so it actually works great for the spacer bar because you use the notches in the spacer bar to set up your wall spacing, whether that be 12, 16, or 24. The U-channel doesn't have notching, but you end up attaching it with clips at those spacing. And so it just because of geometry and the location of the knockouts, you have to install those two types of bridging as you're installing the wall studs. For the flat strapping and the bridging at 8 feet on center in between the flat strapping, those can be done afterwards. And so my only advice on both the advice for all three is to coordinate that bridging with the locations of jambs and columns, and then sills and headers. And what I mean by that is you're going to want to anchor those bridging elements to the jambs, columns, or CMU walls that the wall stud runs into. So you're going to want to leave some space if you can in the layout so you can put those clips and connectors you're going to need. And then as far as coordinating it with the sill heights and the head heights, you can often eliminate bridging at sills and heads if the bridging is within 12 inches of the location vertically of the location of the bridging itself. So coordinating those knockouts as close as you can to those locations would be really helpful when you're laying out the building.